Well, it's cool to be recording this for Cyber Monday on May the 4th. Be with you. Judge me by my size, do you? Yeah. Good old Yoda. But we're not talking about Star Wars today. It's casual day, right? And casual is the way that the attacker on cyber, the bad actor, the attacker on cyber, the bad actor comes in and says, I'm going to fish. I'm going to fish you with an email. That's right. Fishing time, baby. Fish on. Except this is in the bad actor area. Yeah, phishing emails, it's a tactic of social engineering, one of the many things that is included in social engineering. And why is it so effective? Because it looks like an email coming from a trusted source. I can't tell you how many of these I get. Your PayPal invoice, your PayPal account, your XYZ account. I'm not picking on PayPal. Heck, the biggest phishing, which was actually invoice scam in history, and I'm looking at my screen for my content here, but Facebook and Google between 2013 and 2015 fell victim to a fake invoice scam, losing over $100 million. In the scam, an unnamed scammer created an unnamed, well, it's named in the article, company that was making chips, and Facebook and Google paid these invoices allegedly. I mean, this is on the internet, but I've heard of this before. I've seen it before. So, and the entry point was a phishing email. And just because it was Facebook or Google, don't think that your small business might not be attacked in this manner. Why? Because, well, log into accounts, quick access to credit card numbers, login credentials to bank accounts, and what about just installing malware? And you know what? The other reasons on a larger scale, again, we talked about the social engineering piece, ransomware, and they start to develop how these processes are completed as far as paying an invoices. We've talked about this in our landscapers, in our service contractors, where you're not paying these tiny little invoices. And so this phishing scam could get in to the actual network and learn how, just like in these larger losses that we just talked about, how invoices are paid, and then bam, all of a sudden money is flowing out of the corporate bank account to fake entities. So it can be a small thing. Not that stealing credit cards is a small thing, but as far as loss, depending on the size and how many credit card numbers, I mean, you could be talking about a few to a few hundred. But if we're talking about ransomware or invoice manipulation, we could be talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars walking out of your bank account and being exposed to those sorts of losses. So prevention and remediation, fixing the problems, or just preventing them in general. Well, hey, why not? Email filtering. It is a common question that is asked on every single one of our cyber applications. Do you have email filtering? Does your email look at an email that's coming inbound before you see it? Does your filtering system look at it and say, there's phishing tendencies, there's malware, there's odd links, this is not from a country that you normally deal with? And that can prevent those emails from even showing up in the inbox. Prevention is worth a pound of cure, right? How about mock phishing email training? When I was employed long long ago, I remember seeing email phishing training. This was back in 2009, 10, somewhere in there. It's been around a while. So train your staff, train your people. Work with your MSP or your internal IT department and have them do a phishing training. And then educate those that have clicked on the links. Prevention, data backup. Make sure you have a clean, recent backup of your data. And then a business continuity plan. What happens if through a phishing scam we get ransomware? What do? That's the business continuity plan. So again, work with your internal IT teams or your MSPs to come up with those continuity plans. And last but not least is cyber insurance. Do you have coverage for these sorts of losses? And you will, more than likely, if you have a broad form cyber insurance policy, because these are handled under social engineering, and depending on where they fall out as far as what happens, but you'll definitely need forensics to investigate, figure out where these attacks came from, how they perpetrated themselves, and only on a broad form cyber insurance policy do you actually get those broad coverages. Remember, adding on a form to your business owner's policy, also known as the BOP, or some kind of an add-on to a general liability policy, is typically, and most of the time, 99.9% of the time, going to be insignificant to help in a cyber event. Grab yourselves a broad form cyber insurance policy with an A-rated carrier. Read the forms. Make sure they apply, because there are sublimits even on the broad form cyber. And some of those sublimits, you might need a higher limit. So work with your agent to make sure that you have the right coverage for your business. So thanks for watching Cyber Monday, and here's to your success.